Today is Monday, November 10th, and this is your forecast for the central United States. And remember that Arctic blast that we were talking about? Well, it is here. You're really feeling it in the Great Lakes. We're starting to feel it all the way down to the deep south, and you will feel it for sure by tonight, with temperatures expected to drop below freezing all the way down to the Gulf Coast. So where this sun icon is basically the center of high pressure. That, of course, we know has a circulation that is clockwise. So if you follow that, you got the jet stream that's dipping way down to the south here, and that's driving the cold from Canada all the way down to the deep Gulf Coast. We got an area of low pressure out here to the east, and we know the circulation around low pressure is counterclockwise. So if you follow that, that circulation actually works in tandem with the high pressure. So you got this really strong northerly flow coming from the north that's pushing the cold air from Canada all the way down to the Gulf Coast. In the process, with that cold air coming across the Great Lakes, which at this point are warmer than the air, that's what causes lake effect, cold air over relatively warmer Great Lakes. And that results in the lake effect snow showers, gusty winds, and temperatures only in the 30s today for Grand Rapids, Detroit, and Chicago. A little bit of rain mixing in there at times in Cleveland. You got flurries all the way down to the Ohio River Valley, Cincinnati, only in the 30s today. Same for you in Louisville. A little bit of sunshine and a high just above 40 in Nashville and Memphis. Man, it feels like December or January as opposed to November. Thankfully, this doesn't last very long. I think already tomorrow we slowly start to climb out of it. You'll think this is a distant memory by Wednesday, Thursday as our high temperatures peak around 50. That's much more seasonable in the Midwest for this point in November. And same for Chicago. In fact, we could be mid-50s by the upcoming weekend. So the cold air is spilling into the southeast as well. I mean, it's only going to peak at 47 today in Charlotte, 49 in Charleston, just barely above 60 in Savannah, 42 Atlanta, Georgia today, and all the way down to the Gulf Coast. New Orleans, we're only in the 50s today. Even down the Florida Peninsula, the cold front's moving southbound. And if you don't feel it today, you're probably going to feel it tomorrow when the cold air fully settles in. So in Charlotte, you got today and tomorrow with some unusually cold weather, but then we're back into the 60s here through the remainder of that 7-day trend. Partly sunny this morning in Fort Lauderdale. Not too bad this morning. It's, comfortable in the 70s. We peak at 80 probably by 11 a.m. or so. Then that cold front's going to push through. The winds are going to pick up. The gusty winds start to push those temperatures down. Already early this evening, we'll be in the 60s in Fort Lauderdale. And then tomorrow, the high is only 66 all the way down there in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. But we're back into the upper 70s to near 80 by the end of the week into the weekend. Quite the cold blast for this early in the season. All right, that is your Monday morning weather update. I hope everyone has a great start to the week. Remember that as long as you want there to be, there will always be a 100% chance of good things.